So do you guys remember a couple of days ago when FunMW2 and WildBrick found these interesting hashes in Grand Theft Auto Online that Rockstar almost sort of leaked out themselves accidentally? And we found out that one of the upcoming vehicles in the next DLC is going to be called the Terabyte. I don't know what it is. To me, it sounds like an electric supercar or an electric bike. Either way, it sounds pretty fascinating. Well, it turns out that they have found some more interesting information on some of the vehicles that will be coming in the next DLC. So FunMW2 posted this earlier today. He said, "This is what we have so far. The rest are either new vehicles or new features." Now, you can see a bunch of hashes there, all starting with 0 and then the next letter being X. And then either a letter or a number. It's like a jumbled sequence. All of those are hashes. Now, there's a lot of them here. Now, there are 16 of them here that have a random hash that we don't know what they are. And that's what FunMW2 is referring to. He's saying that those, the 16 that we don't know, are either new vehicles or new features. Now, if they are new vehicles, that could be a hint at how many new ones are going to be coming in the next update. Now, I think that could be unlikely because, as FunMW2 mentioned, those could be new features. But at a minimum, that would mean 16 new ones if those hashes right there are correct. Now, let's talk about the ones we can see. You can see Enable Futo, Enable Ruiner, Enable Hearse, Enable Prairie, Enable Serrano, Enable FQ2, Habanero, and Patriot. Wow, so that is pretty cool. And FunMW2 says we will be able to own the Futo, Ruiner, Hearse, Prairie, Serrano, FQ2, Habanero, and Patriot. He goes on to say, kind of feels like the last update. We won't update Grand Theft Auto Online anymore, so we will let you own these existing vehicles. Wow, so there's a lot to break down here. Let's talk about the vehicles that we've seen on there. Futo, Ruiner, Hearse, Prairie, Serrano, FQ2, Habanero, and Patriot. Why are those important that those are on there? Because those are one of the few vehicles that we have it online that you cannot buy on the website, that you have to find in free mode in order to own. So that means there's going to be less rare vehicles in the world, but also if you do want those vehicles, you can now buy them instead of having to chase them. Now, what's going to be interesting here is a couple things. Number one, the price of these vehicles. How expensive are Rockstar going to make them? I would imagine not that expensive since they've been in the game since day one. And number two, what does this mean for Simeon's import-export list? A lot of those cars you see there are the ones he requires you to collect for his list. So does that mean Simeon's import-export garage is going to be shutting down? Because if so, there really isn't a purpose, or you could just order those cars and bring it to him, which obviously wouldn't make sense. Maybe Rockstar will still keep it in the game, but at a minimum, these vehicles will now be available on the website. Probably the coolest one of them all here is the Hearse. So this is a vehicle that technically is available and online. Rockstar don't have it blacklisted, but the only way to get one to spawn is if a Hearse is already in the game. And then they spawn at the cemetery in Vinewood. So that's actually pretty awesome that Rockstar is allowing us to have the Hearse on online. I mean, we already have like a Halloween version of the Hearse, so it kind of makes sense that Rockstar are just allowing the regular one to be added in the game. I feel like this should have happened a long time ago, but at least they are finally adding it, and it looks like the Hearse is finally going to be added in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, building off of that, someone asked FunMW2, did somebody check the list of hashes for the new variables, e.g. enable Futo 234? And he says, yes, the other hashes aren't variants of day one vehicles. The Lost Slam Van isn't there, and we have checked almost every vehicle that isn't purchasable in Grand Theft Auto Online. Okay, so that's interesting. A couple things here. Number one, those hashes that you saw that didn't have like a name to them, they were just random numbers, those do look to be new vehicles. So that could give us an indication of how many vehicles are going to be coming out. I counted 16, so I would say at a minimum there's going to be 16 new vehicles in this update. I would assume there's going to be more. Maybe that isn't all of them. Again, maybe some of them are just features. And then what FunMW2 also did was check the other vehicles, like the Lost Slam Van and some of the other cars that aren't purchasable. The ones that Rockstar had listed there weren't the only vehicles available in free mode. Those are only a handful of them. So it looks like Rockstar is only going to be making a handful of those free mode only cars available on the websites. Who knows? Again, there might be more hashes that could come out, soon or whatever the case is. But for now, vehicles like the Lost Slam Van aren't there. And it looks like the other hashes are brand new vehicles. Moving on, another user asked FunMW2. Also, I still think Penned In was just used as a placeholder, a cargo mission where you can pick up supplies until a circle closes. Just sounds very weird to me. And FunMW2 said, this is Battle Royale. Almost every game from now on will have its own Battle Royale mode. So it almost sounds as if a free mode version of Battle Royale is going to be coming to Grand Theft Auto Online. And this shouldn't shock you with the popularity of Battle Royale games like Fortnite and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds that have just been exploding over the last couple of years. And even though Rockstar already have their own Battle Royale mode in Grand Theft Auto Online, it's an adversary mode called Motor Wars, I feel like Rockstar wanted to do something more for free mode. And they didn't necessarily want you to have to go through a loading screen in an adversary mode where people might not be playing, just to experience Battle Royale in Grand Theft Auto Online. All right, the next thing we need to talk about is something that we could be seeing coming up in the next couple of weeks, maybe even months. This comes from FunMW2 once again. He says, there are newswire icons for arm wrestling, tennis, darts, and golf. I don't remember seeing them the last time I checked the newswire. We could see double GTA money and RP bonuses on them. So if Rockstar wanted to do a sports-themed week, I guess we could be seeing that soon. It honestly wouldn't shock me. I really don't remember the last time Rockstar did anything sports related and online. Maybe they're doing something for the World Cup or some sporting event later this year. I have no idea, but at least there's the potential for Rockstar to add double money NRP on the sporting events like that, which if you are interested could be pretty cool. I don't think the payout's all that great, but who knows? It might be somewhat interesting. Now, getting on to some more information about what's going to be coming out tomorrow. We're going to be getting special vehicle races featuring new vehicles. Well, apparently a user on Twitter, MTKGTA, has found some settings for the Deluxo and the Stromberg. So here are some of the checkpoint settings you can place for these vehicles. For the Deluxo, it's no change, drive only, hover available, hover only, hover in flight only, or hover in flight allowed. So it kind of gets complex with the special vehicle races when you add the Deluxo in there. So there's lots of little modes like flying only, driving only, hovering only, a little bit of both. So that's definitely going to be pretty interesting to see tomorrow, ultimately how those new races with those vehicles function. And then sort of similarly with the Stromberg, you can see no change, drive only, submarine only, and then transform allowed. So pretty crazy stuff right there. It's going to be very complex to make your own sort of races like this. There's no chance that I could do something like this. But I think this is pretty cool that we're getting lots of customization on these vehicles. And last but not least today, FunMW2 apparently has a Delorean of himself, as he is a time traveler, as he has figured out the targeted sales that are going to be going on starting tomorrow, May 1st, basically for the next event week. Also, this should have been obvious, but this also confirms that the next event week is only going to be 1 week long. And he says, targeted sales from May 1st to the 8th, 30% off all facilities. So for whatever strange reason you don't have a facility, now might be the opportunity to get one, once again, if you have those targeted sales. Now, another thing I just thought of, something that Rockstar's probably going to do is make the Deluxo, Stromberg, and Thruster go on sale as well for everyone. Because as you know, you're going to be able to use customized variants of those vehicles in the special races. So I'm pretty sure they did this a couple weeks ago too. I can't remember what adversary mode or what race mode came out, but I know that they put a lot of older vehicles on sale because you were going to be using them in that race mode. I know for a fact they did that. So don't be shocked tomorrow if you see the Deluxo, Stromberg, and the Thruster go on sale. And if you never picked them up from the Doomsday Heist, now might be the perfect opportunity to do so. Not only are they pretty great vehicles in general in free mode, but they're also going to be incredibly useful for this new race mode. Obviously, having custom variants is way better than just using these stock options. Also, really quickly, for those of you guys wondering, I will be doing a shark card giveaway and a live stream tomorrow. So when the new content does come out early in the morning, I'll be streaming that. And then a little bit later in the day, I'll be doing a shark card giveaway for the two brand new vehicles, the Dominator GTX and the Tyrant Supercar. So stay tuned for that. Should be pretty fun. and it should be a great way in which you could possibly walk away with some extra spending money for these new vehicles and the new content. Anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating on this video. That would be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. We like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.